definitely part of the play. It's definitely part of your growth. It's, if you got what you got right away, that's not, is it really worth it? You know, you're gonna get people to say no to you, which makes you stronger and makes you want to go after it even more. I'm a Pakistani DJ running a hip hop station. You know, I was told, I remember this clear as day, in junior high school, I was air DJing. I was walking, and a couple of kids were walking by, and they're like, "Ooh, leave him alone. The Indian kid is DJing," you know? And that struck me so hard that I am gonna DJ, and I'm gonna rock it. And I don't know if it was that moment that sat in the back of my head that made me go, you know what, I'm gonna prove them wrong. I don't know who they were, but you know, like, it's just one of those things that you get those for a reason. That's gonna happen, but it just makes you stronger. You know, I just became APD. My next goal is it's a ladder thing, right? Like, you have your ultimate goal, but then you have a staircase. Before you get to that top, you gotta go through the motions. And sometimes it takes years, sometimes it's 6 months, sometimes but whatever it is, it's that next step. Just like a staircase. You can't get to the top without going to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. You know, unless you got some major ups, but then your focus and you're not actually aiming that high. If you can just jump to where you want to go to, then your staircase is not small.
Jimmy 94.5, Boston's #1 for hip hop and hits. We're about to flip the script. I just got interviewed by Katiria, Expozed TV. What up, girl?
What's up? What's up? You know what? Shout out to DJ Pup Dawg. He's amazing. Thank you for this opportunity. You had so much great things to say. What's up? It's your girl Katiria, and today we're with someone that he is an amazing person, and overall being an amazing person, he brings a lot to the Boston culture. It's music, entertainment, and not only in Boston but worldwide. He is known as a legend, quote, quote, Fat Joe said that, okay? But you know what? I got DJ Pup Dawg.
What up? What up? Hey.
How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for being patient with me. I know we've been playing phone tag for a little bit.
Yes, but you know what? You finally,
yes,
you know, could make it, and I'm grateful for it, so thank you.
No problem.
DJ Pup Dawg is a very busy man, you know, but he makes time for people that are really out there trying to grow the culture and make it stronger. So following your steps, you know.
Nice. I've been watching you. You've been doing your thing.
A little bit, you know, different dabbing. But tell us,
yeah,
so it did not start all in Boston.
No.
You were from LA,
yes,
correct?
Originally from LA, yes. Raised there. I was born in Pakistan. Left when I was really young. I have it in my tagline just because I'm Pakistani and I want to rep that all day because there's so much bad light on my people that I will, you know, I left when I was really young, but still the culture is very Pakistani. And then grew up in LA, so, you know, thought I was Mexican for a very long time. You know, there's not a lot of Pakistanis and a lot of Indians where I grew up, so it was just like kind of fit in with like the Mexicans and, you know, felt like I was one of them for a while. Katiria from Expozed TV, tell us about yourself.
So I am a girl from Cambridge.
Cambridge.
That loves entertainment and that loves music and artists. And I've been dancing and been creative all my life. And recently I decided to take this to a different level and create a show, not only to talk about how much I love art, but also to expose other artists.
Nice.
So
what's your ultimate goal with this show?
So my ultimate goal with this show is definitely taking it to a higher network and to expose everyone worldwide.
Okay.
That is the goal for Expose, really just to push it out there, bring it around the world, get people comfortable with it and comfortable with coming on the show to be exposed. Did that push you to be more, I don't know, socially involved, that the fact that you came from a different country, you had to
adapt, maybe?
Adapt.
Yes.
He's making me nervous.
I'm making you nervous.
Adapt. I don't know.
You're in my home right now. This is my home.
But yeah, adapt.
Yeah, of course. You know, coming from that kind of background, especially now, it's a little bit more. You know, it's in everybody even knows how to say it. But at the time I was growing up, it wasn't the norm. So I had to adapt to it, and you know, it wasn't a lot of my people around me. So it was challenging. And then, you know, again, I have, you know, my looks are one, I look like I'm Indian and Pakistani, which is fine. But growing up, I have big ears. I have, you know, I'm not the norm. So it was like, you know, I had a lot kind of that built me to where I am today. I think it gave me a lot of strong skin, you know, which thank God now with the internet, you know, like, you know, I have thick skin because of the way I was treated. Not like I was treated bad, but just always different. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was great.
So you didn't start with DJ. You worked in finance. Is that correct?
So I did, yes. I worked in the bank.
So how did that transition?
Well, it was just a job.
Okay.
I worked in Burger King for 5 years through high school and freshman year of college, and then went into like Bank of America as a teller. And for some reason, I don't know, it's instilled in me from my dad maybe, but wherever I do, I always want to reach to the top. So like even in Burger King at 16, like I ended up becoming a manager by like 18 and a half, like 19, you know, being 45, 50 hours, playing ball at school, leaving school at 12:30 in the afternoon to go work. I was part of my like high school, you know, I would get credit, plus I would get paid working at Burger King. And then even at the banking thing, I didn't want to just stay as a teller. Always just kind of moved up. So I became a loan officer just from learning the system and learning it. And then same thing with DJing. I was DJing since I was 16, loving music. And when I decided that I wanted to go into radio, I just went both feet in and made things happen while I was still working at the bank.
So you had like a safety net.
Yes.
In a way.
LA was safety net. My family was there. I was never going to fail. My parents would not let me starve. They're not going to not have a roof over my head. So that's why the transition to get out of LA happened for me. Because I wanted to see if this music thing is what I wanted to go for. And I wanted help, but I didn't want a safety net. So it was either Houston or Boston, and I chose Boston at the time.
Boston.
Yeah, I love reggae.
You like reggae? Really, that's why you chose Boston? There was a big
100% truth. I mean, besides one more reason through a relationship that didn't work, but music is what, the reggae music is what I've been a big fan of since I was born. And LA is not big at all. Reggae is not big at all. So when I came out here and I heard reggae on the radio, and Houston wanted me, and Boston was interested in me, I was like, I'm going to come to Boston. And I didn't know anybody here besides one person. So it was like, there's no safety net. Yes, but there's no safety net. Every industry is competitive, and you have to go. I mean, even for you, like, you know, what you're doing, you got to keep doing it. You know,
practicing, keep doing it.
Right.
Learn the mistakes. Hear all the no's.
Right. Exactly. I've been with this company for, I just hit 20 years.
20 years.
21 as an intern. So like, yeah, when I started at 96 was an intern. 97 is when I got hired. But the last 5 years, maybe my name's become like a household name. Yes. And the last 5 years, maybe I started making decent money. You know, but for 15 years, it was like.
So it's not like what people think. It's just like, you know, it's a 2-year success story.
I mean, blessings for whoever gets it that way.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I've noticed in the business, when you get something within a couple of years, it doesn't last because you think that's normal.
You think that's normal.
You know what I mean? You never hit rock. Again, my experience is, and from what I've seen it, is when it takes longer, for some reason I see the longevity in even the artists or DJs or whatever like that. When someone gets it right off the top, it's like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
You know, like when they get it quick, you won't hear about them 10 years from now.
You spoke that you moved to Boston because of the reggae.
Yep.
Now you are the DJ touring with Samantha J.
Yes.
And she's all reggae.
Yep.
How does that feel?
It feels great. She's awesome. I consult a lot of artists. Kat DeLuna is another one that I DJ for. But yeah, Samantha J, you know, I work with the management team, and they saw her at 15. I went to Jamaica to see her and her work ethic and her family. And yeah, she had the star power. You know, we saw something in her, and we've been developing her. And I'm in radio, and like it still takes a long time for an artist to break. It's about the music. It's like if I had any choice, like, you know, it's about the music at the end of the day. You know, like,
and she's still not. The response that people get from hearing the music?
Yeah. I mean, she's doing great, but she still has a lot of work. Now I've been working with her for 4 years. Wow. You know, so she still takes a lot of work,
work, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not a one-hit wonder. You definitely don't want that.
Nope.
You want longevity, and
Yeah.
that's what your work is all about because we can see the consistency.
Right.
21 years strong, and he's going strong.
Got the whites coming out now.
I mean, pizza.
But my whites is just right here, though. It's
It's
so
right
annoying. Expozed TV, I appreciate you coming by. Thank you for, hopefully, was it straight? Was everything good?
Oh, everything was amazing. You're amazing. He's literally perfect. I'm not lying.
I have to pay her to say all that. Look her up right now, Expozed TV. Katiria.
Yeah. So, do you plan on ever moving from Boston?
Actually, I've been offered a few things, and I just re-signed a 4-year deal here. So in the near future, no. And my family, my friends in LA always ask me, am I going to come back? And I think this has become home. I've been here 15 years. I love it in the East Coast, Boston specifically, but you know, I love the fact that New York is down the street. I do a lot of business out there, a lot of studio work, a lot of networking. I love the energy there, and I kind of hopefully bring that back here and that hustle and that grind to the Boston market, you know.
And what are some things that it would take for that to be here in Boston?
It's a different beast. It's you know, everyone lives in New York. Everyone lives in LA. Boston's not a hub for entertainment. It's a very smart. It's college based. You know, you got the smartest people in the world here. Plus, you got Berkeley, so you have the most amazing music talent, production, instruments. You know, coming out of Boston because John Legend's whole band is Berkeley. You know, like there's a lot of people that use producers and engineers from Berkeley. So we have the hub of the smarts here, but
the foundation.
But music is still coming out of New York when it comes to studios, and you know, everybody lives there. It's New York and LA especially too. You know, LA even more now. Yeah. You know, because the weather and stuff, and studios are a lot cheaper in LA. New York just you know, the environment is just very expensive out there.
So you don't really see it being as big as New York and LA, but kind of working its way. I mean, Boston, would you say that people are coming here a lot more to do
music?
Yeah, to meet music.
No. You got your Millies and you got your Cousin Stiz and you got all these guys that are from here that are putting Boston on the map. But someone from Atlanta is not going to move to Boston as a grown adult to pursue his music career. They're going to go to Atlanta, they're going to go to LA, they're going to go to New York. If they're going to move somewhere, you're going to make you have a better risk, you know, and you have better networking in those areas. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Movies, you're not going to go, if you had a choice between New York and LA, you're going to choose LA because that's the #1 hub. When it comes to music, New York is the #1 hub, you know? So if you're going to move somewhere, those are probably your best chances. Yeah.
And how have you made it work for yourself? Well, let me rephrase that question. Now you get to travel with your work. That took 15 years?
Oh, yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
How did it get to that point? Did you start making your work more to travel? I know you do XM and Pitbull Radio. So is that where it started, that you had to start traveling? Or did it just...
No. So as a DJ, all these big stations, as much as, you know, like I'm on there and stuff like that, it's more about I created a buzz, you know, a small enough buzz where they were like, hey, we think you should be on with us. You know, and it kind of made sense. Like, you can't just be like, I want to get on the radio, and you get on the radio. You have to create your buzz and stuff like that. And just like any artist, any ball player, anything, right? You have to create that. So I was DJing, and luckily with my South Asian background, I did a lot of gigs around the world for, you know, Indian promoters. You know, I dropped albums before, like remix albums. So, you know, I toured the world with that. Before even radio, you know, but no one, like, you wouldn't know that unless you're sitting here with me, you know? And, you know, unless you go back into my catalog and you see some of the stuff I've done. But you create that buzz, and I was able to, again, I had my people to back me up. I did a lot of Indian parties growing up. I did a lot of Indian college parties. I did, you know, like I was their guy, you know, I was their DJ. And then when I got into the radio, the Indian community really embraced me. When I say Indian, I mean all of Pakistanis, any kind of brown, you know, like they were like, yo, that's our guy.
I just want to know, how do you maintain your humbleness? I mean, it's just amazing how you have a lot of history. You've worked with numerous people in the industry, and you're here doing your thing and always encouraging others to do it.
I think it's the squad around me, my family.
Family.
When I say family, I don't mean just blood. I mean like the people I grew up with. I have like 8 best friends, and that's no joke. That's no BS. Like there's 5 guys, there's 3 girls in my group, and we all grew up together. You know, like we're still tight as we do our yearly vacations. There's 18 kids between 5 of my best friends. So like it's just a very tight unit. And now, maybe 10 years ago is when I realized that, you know, the energy you put out there is so big that like negative stuff and wishing harm on somebody, like when you're younger, you don't think about these kind of things. And I try to instill it in my DJs, like, yo, why you focus on that? Just focus on yourself. You know, it's gonna come back tenfold. You know, focus on the good.